All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. What's up, man? What's up? Oh, I gotta stop that real quick. All right. All right. Why is there black bars? Is it cropping it? Yep, it's cropping it. There we go. All right, already. Can't even type in that. Pop out. All right. So I got to figure out this. Wrong. Wrong. All right, so that's all good. We're all good up there. Over here, we want this to pop out. Move that over there. Let's actually download and install Scorebot. Scorebot. Goodbye. Extract to this truck bed. Oh, I need to go in here. You need to click this one right here, and then we'll add in chat mod. Chat bot. Then we'll come back to here. Close that out, and we'll come open it back up, and chat bot's still not there. Extract to chatbot. Is it there now? Hey, there it is. All right, so that's good. We got that all started and situated up there. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what to do here. Storyboard that. The world's best free online storyboard. Create a storyboard. Outdoors school. I think we should do a school theme for this latest video. Let's see, locker room, cafeteria, stage, playground. We don't have a playground here in college. That'd be hard to get light in. We could do it in a science room. That'd look pretty cool. All right. And then now we need a character. We'll just do one of these people. We need shapes or web technology. There we go. Science. Science! Equipment. Nope, didn't need that either. Shapes. We'll put it as a paper clip. There we go. We can storyboard this out. That's an idea. I need to brainstorm first. Brainstorm. Software. I just want to draw MS Paint. MS Paint. That's how you have to do all this, actually. You just got to go into MS Paint and start drawing. Where's my webpage? Oh, there it is. Talk show, that works. All right, so that's cool. So we have to get that updated later. You can go away, you can go away. All right, let's think here. I really don't like how this is all mounted. I don't know, I'm annoyed by a lot of things. Spotify. I need a song though, just, here we go. Boom. Boom, boom. Um. Don't care for most things out there. Taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flying over. Sweet, no one streams for a while. Alright. That was planned. Great. It's renegades in the rain. Alright, so then we're crowning the Circus King. Alright, let me pause my music real quick. Alright, let's see how bad this goes. Advanced, Realtek audio, sweet, and adjust microphone. That's not too bad. Is that better? Is that better? There we go. So if I come over here, can you still hear me? Yeah, you can. Alright, sweet. So that's what we'll do. Test is complete. I need wireless headphones. That's what I need. It's not April. It's January 18th. It's not January. February. Alright, where's my... Why are there never any expo markers? Alright, I'm gonna go kidnap an expo marker. Alright, I think we're Gucci now. Oops. Just turn that monitor off. We technically kind of needed that one. Alright, so there we go. And it's all back over there. Stay. Over here. Okay. That's going to take some while. That's going to take a little bit to get used to. Just a little bit. All right. Pause. Review. This is the greatest show. All right, there we go. Right in front of you. Alright, so let's see. Ideas. This is where you wanna be. This is why we need nicer whiteboards. All right. No, you're supposed to chill. There we go. For what we're doing, we're gonna have to try and figure out how, all these different themes tie in, and that can be a little difficult at times. Oh, come over here. All right, so let's try and figure this out a little bit. All right, so what we want to do is we want to try and see kind of what's going to happen here. We want... I think we want a school start, school themed, just because that's what with who we are. School of streamer. Brain music. Let's think. I think we need to focus on the theme of science. So we'll start with a science room of some sort, I believe. I think it would be... Oh no. Didn't really... Ow! So the first scene I think would be really good if we went with... How do I fill it? Can I change the color? Oh, I gotta click the shape. It's really how you like to spend your days. Whiskey and misery, parties and plays. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll have like a... But to go would cost me greatly. And then we'd have... We could shake and make it happen. Wasn't born this morning. 15 would be just fine. Oh wait, no. We don't need those. So we don't want those. Science. Then what we can do from there is we can go with a something like that. And then that's pretty terrible. So I'll be scene 1, something similar to that. So we'll start with the science room. And then from the science room, we'll go into well, because all right, so that makes I don't have the keyboard. So we need to go from that to that, the review to the unboxing. Did I just mark my hat? I think I did. Oh well. So we'll start with science and then we can go to more of an unboxing theme. What we'll want to do from there after the unboxing is interesting, unbox. I don't know why this keyboard do I. Where the hell is this thing going? There it is. There we go. So with that there, what we can do now is WordPad. Monday, today's Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, yeah. 6. So, I think the best way to go about this would be to where'd my pen go? Oh, there it is. Alright, okay. Alright, there we go. There's some good music. Alright, so let's see here. So we have the unboxing, kind of the review. Just give me a new clean. I just want a clean one new. There we go. Don't save. There we are. I don't know where to put them. Steady room. We're gonna need a boosted table. That's the problem. The study room tables are way short. Hella short, actually. These tables are so short. I don't know if the science lab has anything different, though. That's just my static noise playlist. What's a good what's up, man? What's a good analogy for Sadie Hawkins? Look, Sadie Hawkins. Onto the floor. So it's a product review for our new microphones that we got that are somewhere around here. There, they're back there. Trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how to word it, how it should look. Yeah, so we got 3 of them. Right now it's like, so the scene right now that we're thinking of is, it'll be like a drive around town and you'll keep seeing it. And finally we'll cut to someone and it'll be like an ex-girlfriend, XLR mics have always sounded like a big and potentially bad commitment. Cost, equipment, difficulty, the cost of it, the equipment needed to run it, the difficulty of trying to figure out how to operate it. The cost of XLR mics has always been high. They're always difficult to get to work. Now, the cost of the equipment is always high. We can figure that out. So cost, the equipment needed, difficulty understanding, learning curve. Holy crap, that was forever ago. So the cost, the equipment, the improvement that you actually gain. Do any of these things? No, we don't ask questions. So driving around town, you keep seeing it. So that's kind of like the theme, like a country, a small town theme. You're driving around town, you keep seeing your girlfriend, but instead of it being a girl there, it's the microphone just chilling. So it's kind of a meme. Like an ex-girlfriend, XLR mics have always sounded like a big and potentially bad commitment. Their cost, the equipment needed to operate, difficulty with the learning curve, and the improvement that you actually gain are all in question when it comes to making this upgrade. Blue, however, like at a Sadie Hawkins dance, has decided to grab your sweaty, penny-pinching hand and pull you into the floor. But can it dance? I think that's our intro. That's going to be hysterical. But can they dance? And so then we'll run the intro. What do you think about that? Do you think that's an interesting take on the scenario? I'm going to call one of our other riders. See if he'll pick up, and we can see about it. I bet he's in class. He's probably in class or something.
Hey, this is Giannis Q.
Yeah, he's in class. So that means we can wipe out all of this stuff. So we don't want to make it sound like a bad idea. It's a big and potentially bad. Improvement. All right. All right. Has decided to grab your sweaty penny pinching hand and pull you onto the floor. But can they dance? What's up, Death to Kick? That's good, man. That's good. Oh no. Okay, there we go. What's up, my guy? What's up?
Hey.
Alright, so I got this idea. For the XLR, we're also live. Hi, screen.
Cool.
Death is in here, and then we have some other people. So the idea I have is, it's pretty mean, but it's going to be funny, I think. Tell me if I'm just dumb. Alright, so you're driving around town, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's some music playing, something like this. I have a theme that kind of brought it about. But you're driving around. We need to get rid of one of those chairs. Focus. Drive around town, and you pass like a group of girls, and they're talking, and you see your ex-girlfriend, and you're like, oh no. And then what is the other one? You are walking through a window, and you see a coffee shop, and there's a guy talking to your ex-girlfriend again. And you're like, oh no, that was a really bad relationship. And then you're in class, and the only seat open is next to your ex-girlfriend, all right? So it's like awkward, small town. It was a bad relationship. Don't want to be back in it, all right? Ex-girlfriend is not actually a girl. It's the microphone. All right, and here's the script. Like an ex-girlfriend, XLR mics have always sounded like a big and bad commitment, and potentially bad commitment. So we're not going to say it's a bad commitment. We're going to say potentially bad commitment. Their cost, the equipment needed to upgrade to that, difficulty with the learning curve, and the improvements you actually gain, are they actually worth it? You know,
And the regret you feel if you don't end up having a good experience.
Exactly, we can meme it a little bit.
I like it. I really like it.
And then we go blue, we hit up the brand. Blue, like at a Sadie Hawkins dance, where the girl takes charge, the microphone takes charge. Blue, like at a Sadie Hawkins dance, has decided to grab your sweaty, penny-pinching hands, because it is relatively cheap for being an XLR and the amount of quality. Because the other USB you could get, the Blue Yeti, was more expensive. The Blue Yeti Pro. So the Blue Yeti's here, the Blue Yeti Pro is here, and the Spark SL is in the middle in price range.
Do we have a camera person assigned?
We can, not yet. If you check on, so...
Do you want my email?
So that's that, but we do have an Excel sheet on there, and I'm going to start sharing that with everyone. I just haven't posted. You're not in the GroupMe either. We'll get you in the GroupMe.
Cool.
Very few people use it, but well, the very active people use it, and the people who aren't very active don't. So blue, like at a Sadie Hawkins dance, is decided to grab your sweaty, penny-pinching hands and pull you onto the floor. But can they dance? And then we'll run our video intro, which also is not made yet. But I guess I will be making it soon.
So if I come up with like a whole bunch of different ideas and we end up using 10% of them, that would still be good.
Bro, if you come up with a billion ideas and we pick one of them, or we pick none of them, that is still good.
Cool.
Like, this isn't about hitting home runs. This is brainstorming. I'm not gonna judge you for making a bad idea. You made an idea.
Okay, I'm gonna put them on a dock or something.
We have this. We have that. You can hop into the Google Drive. We can share stuff with you that way. What is your email?
Well, my student email, which I don't check as often, so probably don't do that one. But you could get both if you wanted to. My student email is s696315 at sbunov.edu. And my regular email is
When you check.
s696315
S696315.
Yeah, that's
Which one do you check?
I can start checking this one more regularly because it has less clutter in it.
All right, that would be best then. All right, so you'll get this. You'll get. Where is it? What are they looking for? Sign-up sheet. Oh, that's there.
Is Chris in charge of the league team and esports too?
He is the coach, yes.
Then I have met him, actually. I went to a small group with him in my church for a while. I got to talking to him about it.
And that's our master deck, so that should have everything you should ever need to know about anything we've ever done.
Cool.
Good at it. Boom. So you have access to everything now. Also, you can just log in here if you want. Check the drive. We do have a filing system. Are things filed? No. So, you're welcome. But yeah, so this is kind of what we made. We'll have a release date on here. We'll have the exact video title, which we need that because we're going to have other files for this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have comments on it. Writer, me and you. Is it written? No. Host, got to figure that person out as well. Script is due on the 26th. That is Monday, I believe. We have that. Origin, it came from Blue. It's in-house now. Parts on order, we don't need any, so no. Shooter for A-roll, shooter for B-roll, and then editors, and personal review, and writer review. So we'll review that, we'll do this, and like team lead, I guess I should call that. Team lead review. And then we'll figure out there's more that have to go there, but if we get to here, we're doing good.
Okay.
So.
If I write jokes to randomly go in it, would that be good too?
Yeah.
Cool. Spontaneous jokes. I feel like that's pretty internet-y.
Yeah, and we know, like, we have connections for the camera equipment, for camera people. I would really like to use and embrace who we are. We're a college campus. We could try, because that's what I was trying to do at the beginning. I was trying to make professional stuff. I was like, we could be in a classroom or a table with a desk that's high and we could be talking about it. Or we could just realize, hey, we're college students, we're not Linus Tech Tips. We're not, we don't want to, we want to use some of their ideas, but we don't want to copy them. And I was almost trying to copy them. I felt just mentally, I see that, I understand that, I know that, I do that. And so breaking that mold is important.
And having me brainstorm ideas will help that too, because I'm less familiar with Linus Tech Tips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just like brainstorm ideas, man. Like, I might be team lead. I need a team lead on there, I guess, as well. I might be quote unquote team lead on this, but you know, if you have an idea and it's sound and it's good, like contact me anytime. I'm always open.
Okay.
And if it's really good, like if it's one of those brains just gonna say yes, then just roll with it, because we can always undo a bad decision later. But making a bad decision now, messing up is good. All right.
I gotcha.
All right.
When you were telling me about this idea, I was imagining my last girlfriend who dumped me like a few months ago, and so I could.
No, not sadness. More like crazy psycho.
Ooh.
Like, well, a little bit of sadness. Like, you know, I wish I could go there, but I'm not. I don't have the job. I don't have the money. I don't understand girls enough. Like, there's always too many fights. We're not mature enough. And my life is fine right now. So do I really need a girlfriend? Not like I want to be with them, but a little bit.
So we need to write the script that it could be applying to a mic the whole time, but people automatically make the connection to a relationship because people are familiar.
Yeah, but from the video, I'd like to. There's SNL. This is where I get this video from. They drive by and there's like a group of friends laughing, and then there's like, I think there's a clown or a bear or something in the group. And we're just acting normal, and someone drives by and they see a bear in the group like chilling with them, and they're like, "What the heck?" Or a murderer. That might have been what it was. It might have been a murderer or a superhero or something.
So You shared the Google Drive with me?
I shared, potentially, yes. I think. I don't know. I give you the password and login.
Yeah.
You can just hop in and see it. I sent you this. I sent you the sign-up sheet, which has links to a bunch of other stuff, like our intake form. That doesn't really apply to you since you're going to be doing more of this instead of content creation, or instead of live streaming full-time. And then there's the master pitch deck. So that has all of our pitches.
If you ever need another streamer, I can do that too.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying you're not that. That was the forum was for the beginning of the semester, so that we could just have tons of information on all our streamers, and that was the direction we were heading. Now we're starting to realize, having that additional information is positive, but at the same time, we need to, mix up with other stuff. We need to build out other platforms. So YouTube marketing we need to get our social media a lot better.
I'm taking marketing right now, so.
We have, do you know Maddie Loser? Loser?
Maybe.
Okay. She's in charge of our marketing department, and it's good.
Was she the one who was in here when we first came in? Mitchell was in here, and there was a girl in the other room.
No. That's intramurals there.
No.
She has a horse. She rides horses. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. Basically, what we're holding snowing thought it'd be a good idea to go out in a pair of shorts and no shoes. Man, you are very brilliant, Death. You're brilliant. So what should, after our intro, how should we run that? What do you think?
After we run the intro. These aren't in any order, are they?
Well, this is a script, that's characteristics that we cover in the script, and then that's the closure of the script, and that's just an idea.
And this is all the intro?
Well, no, so this is like again, following Linus Tech Tips. He starts talking, and then they run their ding ding, and then the computer and the images and all the shapes change, and then it says Linus Tech Tips, and then there's like the video's title, or a catchy phrase, and then it goes into the main video, or an advertisement. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of, it'll start off with this, it'll roll through, and then we'll run our Horizons project, like CBS's logo that rolls, or Fox, 21st Century, or, I'm having a bad time explaining this. So this is...
We could do a 3-point structure, and that might not be that obvious that that's what we're doing.
So he starts off, he talks here. They talk through it. He makes a meme. Basically what he's talking about here is he's walking around and they made a computer that was all in liquid, like every single component was in liquid. And then for this video, they meme some stuff. And then and then they...
So I had 2 ideas running on a criterion thing. We could run cost-benefit analysis when we're talking about it. When we're talking about the mic, we talk about the costs and potential drawbacks for a consumer. We talk about all the benefits, and then we provide analysis on why we think the benefits outweigh any of the costs. Or we could run time frame, probability, and magnitude. So we...
What? I just heard a bunch of big words.
So we could just apply a criterion like cost-benefit analysis to the product. So we talk about the costs, then we talk about the benefits, and then our analysis is why we think it outweighs or why it doesn't.
Okay.
And that could be the bulk of what we do. And it might not seem that obvious. We wouldn't describe it that way, but...
So the actual... What is that? Like the logical structure, or the structure of what we're saying is, we say... What were the 3 things again?
So it was cost, benefit, and then analysis. So
okay, so the cost, all the bad things, and then all the good things like that you gain from it, and then why you need it. Is there one? So that's a very. I understand what you're saying now. That's a very closed system, as in a one-off, and that could work. Is there another one? I don't know. Is there another one that is used for retouching a subject?
Yeah, the one I was just mentioning. It's called Net Benefits, and it has 3 parts to it. It's time frame, probability, and magnitude. So on time frame, you could talk about how immediately can you use it, how long is its life expectancy. On probability, you could talk about how likely it is to be able to handle certain tasks. Like, is this too big of a task for it to handle? It's probably not going to be able to handle that. And then magnitude, how many different things you can apply it to other than its intended purpose. That's
What was the second one? Time frame?
Yeah. And this would be a loose structure. You could
Well,
arbitrarily.
what was the
put
first
things.
one?
Time frame, probability, and magnitude.
Oh, that's where they meme this one real quick, just so I can get rid of it. He talks through it. He's like he's being held hostage, and
You
then
could talk about the costs and benefits on each one of those if you wanted to.
Well, yeah. So that video right there, real quick. That was just kind of this whole idea where we meme it before we get into the real stuff. Then real stuff. I have an idea. That time, probability, and magnitude. The time frame. It is the right time frame because XLR mics. The worry has always been you need a mixer. Well, Blue has offered and is offering a. It's like a little tube. Boop, 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 with the 3 little points for the XLR plug, and the other end is a USB, so you can plug it straight into your computer.
Nice.
And so that could be a thing, and we could add. We would basically be featuring Blue twice, which they would like.
They would like that.
Well, we would like it because,
especially if we got views.
Oh yeah. If we make it look nice enough, they can share it and they will get views. That's the thing. We can get retweeted. We've learned how to word things and get retweeted, and that like if we get retweeted by NZXT, it's basically 15 to 27,000 impressions.
Wow.
When it's clickable material, engagement is like 20%. So
Some of these I could share on my Facebook account too.
Well, yeah, and I have several Facebook pages as well. The thing is, with this time frame, probability, and magnitude, because the first one was CBA. That's a P. CBA. Cost is bad. Cost is the negatives. Taken into account the positives equals blank. This one is this duration. Like, what is at this point in time? Can we? We can do a cost benefit analysis on the time frame. The reason you didn't do it, or it'd be 2 points. There'd be like CBA last year. So last year you needed a mixer. You gain these benefits. The analysis is, if your audience is big enough to afford a mixer, get one. And then there's this year where it's CBA. Yeah, this is how my brain sketches go. They get ugly. So stay close.
I'm following it.
So CBA is the cost now is, well, instead of an expensive mixer, it's just this little part. The benefits are, well, the same, plus a nicer mic as well, and it's cheaper now as well. So you get more benefits and fewer costs. The analysis is go forward. Now the probability of, what was that one again?
Probability is just talking about how likely it is to be able to do certain things that you need, new things that you might need to do.
So the probability of it improving your stream, kind of.
You could do pseudo time frame probability if you wanted to. Like, probability last year, if you'd been able to do this, was 80% or something, or it was almost 100%, but now it's guaranteed.
What if we did probability versus cost? Because that's a big thing. It costs money to get a mixer. That's why people don't use XLR mics. You have to have a mixer plus XLR. With USB, you don't need a mixer and you don't need an expensive XLR.
We would definitely want to talk about warranties in there, if there were any.
There are.
Yeah.
So that can be the quality of Blue microphones. So what we do here,
We'd also want to talk about what it's likely not able to do, or at least not able to do very well.
so yeah, that's some of the negatives. So the probability cost, I'm touching it and I'm letting go of it real quick. I'm trying to figure out how to fully frame around it. You understand what I'm getting at? Where this would be a, so the time frame is, I'm basically repeating myself almost. Because the time frame is,
We could build 3 points out of these ideas without following it strictly. As long as you have, yeah.
so what are your thoughts? Here's the industry, all right? USB plug and play. Cheap.
Decreased cost, increase in quality.
Decent. XLR. Mixer. And then now we have USB plug play, cheap, decent. Now it's all about so the mic structure on the inside, the Blue Yetis, which this is a blue to blue comparison, so we don't want to trash the Blue Yetis, but Blue is definitely moving in a direction of bringing out these more because they are a lot higher quality. That has 3 microphones, one in the front. Or actually, can you grab that box right there?
This one?
No, in the on the shelf,
That one?
bottom, very bottom left. It says Yeti on it.
Oh, I see it.
Subpolar Jedi 110. So yeah, so right here, there's this mic, and that mic, and they're just simple triple capsule. They're different. That's all in Spanish. Why is this one
Wrong side, maybe?
triple capsule? That's all it says. That's the capsule, and these are just the word capsule in different languages. So you have like different directions that you can capture, so you have more mobility. However, the microphones, although you can capture in different modes, so you're losing modes, but you're gaining a lot higher range. This one has,
This is studio grade.
yeah, this one, and this video is for streamers and content creators, people wanting to be that.
I think the way to pitch it to not trash one would be to say, investing in something that's high quality when you haven't really gotten into it would be kind of like buying an electric guitar while you're learning guitar.
Buying an electric guitar without an amp while you're learning guitar.
Yeah. So you know, I've met people who
buying
like,
a violin when you don't know how to play violin.
yeah, that you impulse buy it. You've been working at it for a few weeks, and then you leave it on the shelf, and that's a lot of wasted money and wasted quality.
Buying a grand piano when you're learning to play piano
Exactly.
instead of a keyboard.
We can say this is something that if you're not sure if you're really going to get into it in the long run, it's good to develop those skills, but once you have, this is studio grade. So when you really want to get serious about whatever it is you're doing.
All right. So What do you think the format should be? How? Look, I'm gonna keep hitting with the same ideas because I'm not understanding fully kind of the concept of having these different parts.
Mm-hmm.
I use them. I just haven't like sat down and.
Do you need that?
Nope. You can erase all of it basically. I've committed this part to memory.
There's Yeti and there's Blackout.
Well, Spark SL.
Oh.
That's the Blackout edition.
So we talk about why Yeti is like the kind of card that gets you from point A to point B. Why Spark L is, or SL, is very high quality for the cost that you're paying. But it's not something that you want to buy if you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah. Like
So in doing so from a promoting strategy, that really flatters the ego of a consumer who kind of knows what they're doing. And then in buying that, they are affirming themselves. And so from a promoting standpoint, that would be really attractive to Spark SL to pitch it in that kind of light. Yet at the same time, you don't want to leave Yeti completely undone. So you want to say that Yeti covers all of the bases. It does functionally what is expected of it, and it has, I think you'd run down the specs of the Yeti, but then you could talk about how if you're a more advanced content creator, you might want the additional range that Spark SL produces. And you could make an aside reference that, well, if you're like us, you could have both.
you're just awesome.
Not everybody's that try-hard, though.
We try.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, we need to flame everyone. Y'all are trash if you don't have 17 of everything. Get
all
good, scrub.
A good measurement of a good hacker is how many computer screens they have in one place.
Man, I am a good hacker. Alright, so again, I'm going back to my time reference. So it's like the entry level was for the Yeti or the Snowball. And then the mid-knowledge streamer was the Yeti Pro, and then the expert was the studio grade. What we're saying now is mid, knowledge, and expert is Spark SL, because the Yeti Pro costs more and doesn't have as nice of a.
Do these have an instruction manual?
Should.
Do you think we could
Yeah.
learn interesting anything from it?
We can also find everything online. But yeah, open that up. Clear it in. It's not in there. There's gonna be a big scan in there too. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Bam.
That's another thing. One thing you could say is the Yeti is simpler to use, and studio grade mic, if you haven't used mics, is going to overwhelm you probably.
Yeah. So what if we did, because expert users will know about, like these are three different categories here. We have your entry level people who are using the Snowball, it's just a USB plug, and then the Yeti, that's about a $120 mic. Then you have mid-range people who have like $190, $200+ Blue Yeti Pros. Some of them will have mixers, some of them won't. Some will still be on the Yeti. You know, it's a weird ecosystem, a weird mix. If they go up to the Yeti Pro or a XLR, they're not big enough to afford the studio grade. So it's a studio grade for the lower level, and it's an entry high level mic for the mid-range people. It's an entry high level, and for the top of the mid-range, it's a good quality mic.
I got you.
It's a cheaper solution to a studio grade without sacrificing quality.
Makes sense. I got it.
Because the benefits of this mic are, like, the only difference between this mic and a Blue Yeti Pro is that on the bottom it has an XLR port. And the sound quality is a little bit different. The microphones and everything are basically the same, I believe. And Blues are known for, or the Yetis are known for being able to mix around a lot.
Omnidirectional is a big deal.
So that's why I think we need to focus on content creators. Also, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people talking to the top of one of these.
I'm not really familiar with using mics like this.
So you're supposed to talk into where the logo is, unless you're using omnidirectional, but you're always talking to the side. No, none of these microphones are pointing up. You wouldn't believe how many people have had the logo facing the camera because it looks cool, but they have it set to one direction, like cardio, and so it sounds like they're behind you and far, far away from the mic. It's terrible.
It does come with a warranty as well. I don't know if that matters.
Very good. You can read that side too, you know, French or Spanish.
I don't.
Well, I guess I can't read it. Well, you could. You wouldn't understand it.
Not this year.
Comes with a shock mount. Here, why don't you write out your thing? I keep putting an input and cutting into like what you're saying.
Well, that's the discussion process.
Yeah, but I'm really bad about implying my. It's like there comes a time where I'm like, all right, you're wrong. I'm right. This is a reality.
Well, between us, that's more likely. Because I've not done this.
Well, still, if you know the theoretical and the, what would the right word be, the technical side of how to structure these, I just know what sounds good.
Yeah, I do speech and debate and communication, so
I did a little bit of speech and debate in high school, but that was about it.
I did it in high school too. I think sometimes
I have more sales, you have more.
I did better with lay judges, so I think being overly structured was problematic. Like, I did policy in high school once, and my partner and I broke because we did it like public forum instead of like policy. We would explain everything really well, and that works a lot better for judges who have not been involved in the community a lot.
Rip.
Yeah. So
So for your loss. So, do you want? I have to skip off to class for like 30 minutes. I'm not going to class.
I can stay here and work.
Screw class.
Plug in my laptop here.
I have a doctor's appointment at 2:30. That's the only catch. And then after that, there's a meeting in the library for the esports expo that I have to go to with Maddie.
That's cool.
I don't have to go to it, but if we want internet, I need to go to it.
Yeah, you need to go to
There's
it.
people there who are in tech support. And I can be like,
Connections like that are absolutely essential.
they don't know that this conversation is coming though. It's one of those, hey man, how you doing? Great day. Do you know have you heard anything about internet? It's really weird. Like,
I
people
did
don't have any.
I did a door-to-door campaign for Chris Koster last summer, so I had to try to convince a lot of random people, stuff like that. So if you ever need me to call people that aren't like really high up there and they're kind of just like a Hail Mary, I can do that for you.
Oh man, that's if you know how to do cold calls. Oh my, I could have used you in so many businesses a long time ago. You could be selling safety equipment right now for me. Cold calling for that company, you'd have to call a contractor who's like, I have a job to do, and you're like, look, sir, we all know that you have to buy these safety vests. Why don't you buy them from me? I'll do all the work. I'll save you more money. You'll get the same product. It'll actually be nicer. And if we mess up, you'll have me to talk to. I'm the one making the decisions. And it was great, except that I hated cold calls because you couldn't get emotional or you couldn't read them. Well, you can a little bit, but most of them are like, some people are very responsive because you can find those small companies and they're like, yeah, we'd love to talk. And then some companies are like, you need to go through our systems and our different like approvals. And some guys are just like, I don't want to talk to you. You are scum of the earth. I know, sir, but you need me or you get sued by OSHA. or getting taken forward, whatever. All right. See, I'm horrible at keeping on track.
Well, you're gonna be late, so.
I think I'm skipping one
Okay.
because I'm only gonna be there for 30 minutes, and
You could just give the doctor's appointment note anyway. Say, look, I missed class for a good reason.
yeah. So, all right. So you get to work here, and I will spectate because that's what I do. Actually, I think I'm going to set this computer up, and I'm pretty sure someone's streaming it too.
Do you know how to play chess? Just by the way.
Chess?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. I love playing chess.
Was I good at it? Not the best.
I was good at it.
I went to like a chess camp for a while.
I only met one kid who could consistently beat me. I would beat him sometimes, but other than that, the only people who really beat me are family members, like my younger brother. I don't know. He might be just some like kind of strategy genius. It's wipe me out.
I am on like strategy games, but when it's very not binomial, but very much like chess.
Yeah.
When it's just numbers and moves, the same thing over and over again, I can't. It's hard for me to compute that.
Yeah. I play pretty. I experiment too much because otherwise I get bored. That's the problem with chess. It is too limited.
When it's a mix of a lot of different types of calculations, then I'm very good.
So the Total War series, for example.
Rome Total War?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I shit on everyone.
I've won on that on the hardest difficulty.
I'm playing it on normal right now, and I'm Rome, and I had too many small allies, but it got to the point where my economy.
This Rome 2 or Rome first one?
Total War 2.
Okay. I was gonna say Rome in the first one is super imbalanced. It's like really easy to work.
Well, I had a huge economy. I had too big of an economy, and then I hit a famine, and then I had to, when I resolved that, I had to enter into a new war. Like, it's been interesting. I streamed that. People hate it. They're like, can you play something interesting? I'm like, no! My miniature armies will destroy you!
I think the most interesting I've played in Crusader Kings 2 was my last game. I played as an Ethiopian Jewish duke, and I founded the Kingdom of Israel, became the Empire of Israel, and converted to the Ashkenazi culture. And then I was declaring huge holy wars against the local Muslims.
In what?
Crusader Kings 2.
Okay, I was like, I don't think you convert religions. Oh.
There are some weird religions like Massilian where it's apparently holy to marry your close relatives. So like I married my aunt, and another one I married my sister, and they apparently believe that Satan is the firstborn son of God, and they pray to him too.
Welcome to the stream, folks, where you learn new things. Yeah, for, like, I don't know, I like RTSs. I like Rise of Nations, Age of Empires. They just came out, they remastered Age of Empires, the first one. This definitive edition just came out on 2 days ago. So it's out. They're making a new Age of Empires.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Age of Empires 3 was a letdown. It was less complicated than Age of Empires 2.
I don't like, you can't zoom out on the map.
You can't. And the nations are really unbalanced. They clearly put more time into some of them than others.
Well, yes. In 3 or 2?
3.
I played a little bit of 3, and I bought 3, but 2's where I've been at. 2 has some issues.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's user-friendly enough. It takes a while to get into it.
well, so Age of Empires Definitive Edition, the first one, they added a spectator mode. So now you can spectate, and there's basically an esports scene for it now.
Age of Empires 2's
Definitive Edition, the first one.
nice.
Like, they have their live streams on Twitch, and they're like, you can tune in and join their servers and stuff. The problem with Age of Empires, it's going to become like StarCraft.
Enlighten me.
Do you know what StarCraft is?
I've heard of it.
It's like Age of Empires where you send little workers, but they only go and get one resource. And then you're mining that resource and you build out armies. And like the people who play that game will It's basically a simplified resource management warfighting game where you gather one resource, you order in new troops, you build out more units.
Only one resource. That's bogus.
Yes, but it's like there's capacity or something. I don't fully understand it.
So storage, energy, and maybe an expenditure function.
Leave. Okay, we're here. Boom. Okay, boom. Move it over here.
I'm really good at winning strategy games on hard difficulties. I'm less good at first-person stuff like whatever that was.
All right, so StarCraft. So you got these guys that are doing this thing, and then you have defense, and there might be other resources. Yeah, there's gold in this one, and then you have your population. But look how fast people just move, and they just know.
It's me at CK2. I'm not even kidding. I could teach a college class on CK2. It's a really difficult game, and for the first 10 hours, I hated it because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, she's using a. What is she using? She's using a Blue Yeti. Yeah, just a Blue Yeti, not even the Pro. She could easily upgrade a mic. But yeah, so you have these little wars, and each unit has different values. So it's kind of like Age of Empires, except that there's no ages or something, and that's
This, correct.
yeah, should be. Holy smokes! What the heck just happened? That was weird.
Can you type it in? That wasn't the right email.
This kid's offline. He came all the way to my channel to spam me, and then he goes offline. And he got 0 views from it.
Which folder will this be in?
Which one? This one?
Yeah. If I want to create a document, work on this, on potential script ideas.
It will be, very precise. We have a very good system for this. Just give me 1 second. Let me get to the right documents. Alright, so you want to make sure that when you do this, it's super important. We do everything so orderly here. Alright, so the folder, we made it a long time ago. It's called YouTube Projects, and it's misspelled on purpose. And then you can put, and then maybe in scripts. I don't know. You can build out our systems if you need, or filing. We haven't, this is our first ever YouTube video, other than recording some stuff.
There it is.
So all my contacts unsynced, which sucks.
Again, text you my name again.
Well, no, not like my mom and my dad are just phone numbers now, and I remember them. It's just it does this every once in a while. It's so annoying.
So in this, on script, we should create another folder and name it whatever we're naming this. Do you know what we want to name this?
Like the title?
For now, I could just call it Yeti Spark SL.
Something your love life. Upgrading your love life.
Yeah, it's an upgrading. Okay.
But that was, again, if you check, so I want a system of linked Excel sheets that has links to these documents that you can click. That first Excel sheet I showed you with the all that stuff, that is a start.
Yeah.
Whatever name we need to put it on that Excel sheet, and then that name goes everywhere else so that we can track that in our filing system.
So what I have in mind for the filing system is I will make the folder for this project. I'll create a few documents, one with rough draft ideas and meme jokes and whatever, and then the other one with the official draft that the link will go to.
All right, that works.
So I want to keep some kind of barrier between what's trash and what's less trash.
As in
all the ideas that I'm throwing out there, I don't want them to mire down the central project.
All right, yeah.
So.
Well, and as we move along, we'll be moving away from stuff, so.
If I know high school seniors who'd be interested in working on this, could I invite them over to my house for the weekend and get them to help me with it?
What? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know much about procedure and what I'm allowed to do, so I'm getting a sense.
Create content,
Yeah.
push the boundaries.
Cool.
Push the boundaries. And Chris's job is to tell me and us no.
I like that.
That's why I transferred.
I'm
So,
going to.
so until he says no, keep chugging along.
Cool. If we do things that other people aren't doing, that's a competitive advantage. We don't want to do just what everyone else is doing. Is there anything really weird and quirky that we could incorporate into this?
We're the first ever university content creation program in the world.
Really?
For Twitch live streaming, at least.
Hmm.
That's sponsored by the university. There's others, for live streaming, yes. I wasn't the first scholarship streamer in the world, but I was the second or third. The other program was at Stony Brook, I think. I'm pretty sure it flopped hardcore. And we've never heard. You can't find any info. You Google scholarship streamer and I come up. I've made sure of that with LinkedIn posts and blog posts and these. When ESPN was here last semester, I made sure that.
If you Google my name, I'm all that comes up. It's not very common to mix a Hebrew first name and an Irish surname.
Bruh, you are a legend.
I'm not a Jew. Apparently some people think I'm a Jew and it's annoying.
You're a Jew.
It's not like an insult, it's just factually incorrect. It's like if somebody called me gay, I'm like, well, I'm not offended, but it's not true.
Someone replied. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Pretty sure Trace died. Trace isn't here, he's dead.
Trace is the one in glasses, right?
Yep.
I saw him at the game room.
Probably in a game, completely forgot he was streaming. That's Gucci.
I can stream.
Well, it's not it's his stream time. It's not it's a bad thing, but it's not the best thing.
When are the available stream time spots? Because I do want to get.
I also emailed that. It's that sign up sheet. You just hit that up and type in a time. You know what I hate?
I think I'm gonna take 9 to 11 on Monday night.
That works.
I'm not in the. Wait, Kristen Kernbauer is in here?
Who?
Kristen Kernbauer?
Yep. Well, to an extent.
She's pretty connected to people on the debate team, so I know of her. She used to